Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Donkey Kong Country. I'm your host Shadow HB3 and I'm ready to entertain. In the last episode, we finished off the poorly run factory world of Crimcroc Industries Inc. And in this episode, we will start our final world of this game, Chimp Caverns. Okay, well I guess technically there is one more world that we have to go through. We still have to face King K. Rool, of course, as if the ship that's been making its way near DK Isle wasn't enough of a giveaway already. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out Chimp Caverns. So we are inside of a large cavern, definitely for sure, and it's definitely dark inside, but then again we're in a cave, so why wouldn't it be? Something to note here, the setting in the GBA version is slightly different. I'm going to actually put up a picture right now so that way you all can see what the map looks like in that version, but basically it's a volcanic setting, or it takes place in a volcanic cave, I should say, that has trails and minecarts, and oddly enough, despite that, we're not going to see any of them in the levels or any kind of lava. You don't see them in the GBA version there either. Now, before we do get started, I do have a couple of quick things to say about the levels in this world. Something you should know, of course, is we go back from having 6 levels plus the boss like we've had in the past several worlds to just back to 5 plus the boss in this version of the game and in the GBA version. However, in the Game Boy Color version, there was an extra level added, and it's only available to play in that version only. We're not going to get to it in this video, but I thought I would at least let you all know in case you all weren't aware. Other than that, just know these levels are going to be pretty difficult, so we're going to have our work cut out for us, especially in this first level here, Tanked Up Trouble. So let's not waste time and we'll get started. And of course I got to let Diddy take care of this. He can drive the bus here for this level. Now, before we do get too far in depth in here, listen to this sound. Listen to this sound, and once we get done with this first bonus level, then listen to it again once we get back on the platform. This is the only bonus level in Tanked Up Trouble, so thankfully it's pretty that's the good news. The bad news is, of course, if you're not aware of where it is, it's hard to find, but just know it's after that first 90-degree turn. But anyways, once we get back onto the platform, now the sound's changed on the energy bar that's beeping. It's completely different. Again, it's probably because of that sound font issue, like what we've heard with the Steel Keg and Gorilla Glacier in that first level and in the Dumb Drum fight. But anyways, to the level, Tanked Up Trouble. It's similar to Trick Track, of course, in that we're riding this platform here, but the difference from that level and this one is that this platform runs on fuel, which drains slowly but surely over time, so it's up to us to collect fuel barrels to keep it running, because if we don't, then once it drains or it's drained of its entire energy, then the platform will give way underneath, and then we will have nowhere to go other than down into a bottomless pit. Now, once you get to the end here, you may not want to take the walk away where that critter is right away. If you stay on the platform, it'll actually go a different route slightly, mainly just to get to that Ungar token, which you can only get to by that means. I don't think that's even something that'll be available in the GBA version in terms of you having to worry about using the platform, because you can jump high enough in that version of the game, oddly enough, but not in this one. But yeah, the fuel barrels, they will have various amounts of energy, if you can't already tell. So some have 5, a few have 3, and then we're going to have a stretch where we're only going to have like 1 energy bar that can be collected with these. Now this tire may be a little bit easier to roll onto the platform, but if you're not good with moving it, you may just try to get it to the edge and then try to make a long jump, which can be problematic if you're not good with the timing. But yeah, at different points in time here, this platform kind of speeds up and slows down, and here I think is when it probably moves at its fastest, and it's interesting because we're at the area where we only have like 1 bar of energy that we can collect with these fuel barrels. And something to note, you may want to give yourself just enough time to get these, because if you wait too late, then by the time you collect it, it may not matter. Your energy in your platform will be gone, and then you'll fall and die. So something to note here, you don't want to necessarily take that auto fire barrel. If you do, it'll just blast you right here, but just know that that's the only way you can get the golden letter G. So if you want it, don't take the auto fire barrel. But that is Tanked Up Trouble in a nutshell. Not as hard or not as much trouble as I said it ideally would be, but it can be if you're playing it, if you're fairly new. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about any photographs to get in that in the GBA version of that level. So let's go ahead and continue on with our second level, Manic Mincers. Which this is a level actually that gives me more problems than Tanked Up Trouble, crazily enough. But it's our final cave level here, something you also know, and this is our final time we have to deal with these mincers. Now I say it's the final cave level, but that's only in, at least in this version and in the GBA version, since they're similar to one another. You'll see why it's a little bit different in the GBC version eventually, but I'm not going to say why right now. So this will also be the final time that we get to ride an animal buddy, as we have Rambi here, so this will be his final level.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he has to have the level where he has to deal with an enemy that cannot be destroyed by any means whatsoever, so I'm sure he's thrilled about that. I have been able to get through Manic Mincers a couple of times without having to worry about Rambi, but I'm going to try to do that now, so that's why I'm deciding to pass on collecting that Continue Barrel. So I actually do want to see if I can get through this level with Rambi. Just because, you know, with this being his final level, I want to make sure he gets proper screen time he deserves. So this is where our first bonus level is going to be. It's right through this wall. And unfortunately, we have a Batch the Baddies mission, which involves 3 clap traps that, you know, will easily get to you if you're not careful. So you don't want to be too bold with the banana bunch collecting, because these guys move fast and the arena is already small enough as it is. So just be conservative. If you have an opportunity to get banana bunches, then do so, and then once you defeat them all, get your red life balloon and stand behind that stalactite and play some hide and seek while you're at it. Alright, I always hate going through this part. This part gives me fits. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. That is a little bit tricky with there being 3 rotating mincers as opposed to just 2. And then we got these platforms right here, which can be problematic. This golden letter N is a little bit tough to collect with while you're riding Rambi, so I usually just choose to get off of him and collect it that way. And even then, still, getting on these platforms and avoiding these mincers can be problematic. But I think, thankfully, the hitbox is such to where you should be able to avoid them as long as you don't, like, run into them with full steam. We can take out a couple of crushes as well, but now I think it's a little bit much easier to go through this level with Rambi, or without Rambi as opposed to with him. Now after this arrow sign, if you move too fast, this mincer that's hopping back and forth will take you by surprise, and then you'll lose him, and then you'll be like thinking, oh man, I could have had him through the entire level, but oh well. Thankfully we still have him. Alright, now this is going to be where our second bonus level is. It's in this opening that's a little bit dark, but the wall's already been broken open, and whoa, what the heck? I got, like, thrown all the way back there after losing Rambi, which is so hard to keep him in this section here with these 3 mincers, because Rambi just takes such a long time enough time to try to build up speed to where he can easily get hit by these things. So I'm going to stand close to one here. I'll explain something here. So,
okay.
If you were to get hit with by these mincers, if you didn't have Rambi on hand, which I'm guessing the developers would be surprised that you would have them at this point, but they'll automatically kick you out or send you out of the bonus level here, which I find odd also in the fact that it doesn't play the bonus room blitz theme. But I wanted to keep Rambi here, so we're not going to see it. But yeah, basically it'll just kick you out right away, and you can enter it in as many times as you like. Now, this is where our final bonus level is going to be, and we have another find, or I guess they say the description in the GBA version is stop the balloon, but I usually say find the barrel or find the balloon. Well, I got that completely confused. That's probably why I messed up on this level. It says it's called stop the barrel, but I usually think of it as find the balloon. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think. Anyways, all that matters is beating Manic Mincers, which I'm glad we finally did, because now we don't have to worry about mincers anymore. Almost. See what I did there? Alright, so there is a photograph in the GBA version that we can't collect, so I'm going to go ahead and cut over there now so I can show you all how to get it. So I'll see you all there in just a moment. Okay guys, here we are in the GBA version of Manic Mincers, and to get this exclusive photograph in this level, all you just need to do is ride Rambi, and then using Rambi, take out this crusher or any crusher you see, and you'll easily get a photograph that way. So pretty simple, nothing to it. So I will see you guys back in the SNES version of Chimp Caverns, and then we'll continue on. See you guys in a moment. Alright, so after collecting that photograph, let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's play our third and final level here for this video. Misty Mine. So as you go through here, it looks like this level it's got a thick layer of mist inside. So, that's going to be one element here. The other element is that we're going to be dealing all these mini drums that continuously spawn enemies. So we'll see slippas, we'll see, I think, naughties and claptraps, and even armies, which at the very end, those armies can be a pain if you're not ready for them. Just like these slippas as well too, I should say. So it's not really the mist that's a big issue. It's really, like I said, it's just these mini drums. So just take your time, and yeah, I mean, I really don't have much else to say about this level. It's really not too crazy difficult. I mean, I say that, and I lost Diddy already, but there is something interesting I want to show you all once we get to the point, but it'll actually be, I think, not too long after we get through this, where this continue barrel is. So I'll show you one thing here, and then I'm going to show you another thing here as well, or in the same area as well. Now, if you were to continue on, I think there's an area where we can like bounce off like 8 naughties in a row, I think. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. Yeah, you can actually bounce off of 8 naughties in a row and get yourself an easy life. So that's the other place where you can get an easy life. Now, right where we got off this rope here, you actually can climb down here and go to this end, or you can just do what I just did and fall down. And there's an opening here which will have a bonus level. And what's unique about this bonus level, all of the golden letters for Kong, to spell Kong, are found exclusively in this level. So there's something, I guess, that's pretty unique about this level and the bonus level that it has. And of course we have Espresso. I forgot, he's not the final, or Rambi wasn't the final animal buddy we were riding. It's Espresso. I totally forgot about him being here now. I think the second level here is, let's see, is actually here somewhere. Let me see. I believe it's actually right here, which means we're going to need to lose, yeah, we're going to need to lose Espresso here. Is it on this side? Let me see. So terrible about remembering where these things are. I think it's, I want to say it's right here. Let's take a chance. Okay, well, I cannot believe I forgot where the other one is. I didn't mean to collect that animal token. No! I'm like wasting all this time trying to figure out where the second bonus level is. I think I missed it. Let me see. Alright, I'm going to just cut over to where that second bonus level is rather than run around like an ostrich with my head cut off. So I'll see you guys when I find it. Alright, so here's where you have to go. I think it's actually right here. You have to take the one and only TNT barrel. It's there. Avoid all those claptraps coming out of that mini drum, and then hold it up against here. And this is where your bonus level is. And it's just a simple stop the barrel to get whatever token you choose. So let's try to get a Rambi token. Even though I'm not really bothering on playing through the bonus levels again. But when you reset the game, you don't Probably shouldn't have to worry about it, depending on where you're playing from and how long you're playing anyways. But now we had to lose Espresso in the process, so there we go. We've seen him enough times to where I'm not going to go ahead and say bye to him. But he truly is our final bonus animal buddy. Alright, so now we have to deal with armies, which are going to be a pain in the butt. Was there a DK barrel by? Oh boy. Alright, well I may end up finishing this level with Donkey Kong as opposed to Diddy Kong like I was hoping for. It's no biggie. That's an interesting setup for all those slippas and those mini drums. Okay. Yeah, sorry Diddy. I was hoping to finish the level with you, but it just did not work out that way. Alrighty. Well, I'll collect him, of course, once we get back on the screen. But for now, that's it for Misty Mine. So before we do cut this video, I do need to show you all the photograph that is exclusive to Misty Mine in the GBA version. So I'm going to go ahead and cut over there. We'll collect it, and then we'll finish up. So see you guys over there in just a moment. Okay guys, so here we are in the GBA version of Misty Mine, and this is just after the save point where you basically just go through and take out that long row of naughties that can get you at least 2 lives if you're fast enough. As you can see, the photograph is right above here where I'm standing on top of this mini drum. So just leap up, collect the photograph, and you're done. And I totally meant for that to happen. Honestly, I did not expect... Okay, guys, I'm lying. I didn't expect that to happen. So I was thinking to myself, oh man, I better get back on this mini drum before it spawns an enemy. Oh well. We'll just stand with Diddy looking out confused as he takes his cap off like always. But anyways, that'll do it here. So I will see you guys back in the SNES version, and we'll wrap things up. Alright, so that takes care of that. We didn't have a whole lot of photographs to collect in this episode, but and the same thing will probably be for the one afterwards as well. But we are getting close to collecting all the photographs, so we'll probably be finishing them up here, you know, not too long from now. But the ones that we have left to do will probably be a little bit more difficult because they'll involve us having done things collectively over the course of the game. But that is going to do it for now. So if you all like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit the like button, and when I see you all next time, we will continue on with the second half of Chimp Caverns and get ourselves ready to take on K. Rool as we finish off this world. So until next time, guys, this is Shadow HB3 signing out, telling you guys, as always, stay perky. See you next time.